Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to go over the monthly developer notes. I've already read over it and I can say that we have quite a bit to look forward to this year. This is only currently, they've spoke about the first half of the year, they haven't spoke about going forward, but they have spoken about a new demonic beast, an up and coming collaboration that, in my opinion from what they have said, is quite a big show, talking about how they're going to need feedback from the publishers. Meaning either A, they're stepping out of their comfort zone and going for a show that is not in the isekai genre, maybe going for a shonen show, or a show that typically wouldn't get collaborations with games. You know, Chainsaw Man, maybe? Because of course they will have to talk with publishers, they did say. And of course, let's get into it, and then I'll go over it more when we get to that part. So firstly, they talk about the collaboration, and they mainly talk about Tower of God, and how they are going to be, how it's popular around the world. The anime is popular, broadcast, and the popular work. Basically, what they're saying is they're giving the reason why they did the Tower of God collab. Definitely not because they own the IP to it, 100%. Definitely not because they own the IP. They definitely only didn't do this collaboration because they own the IP, and they're buying all the big IPs for these Korean shows, for these Korean webtoons, just so they can collaborate them into their other games and make as much money out of them. Because, of course, for example, Solo Leveling, they're making a Solo Leveling game. Of course, the anime for Solo Leveling is currently coming out as we speak as well. And what this means is a possible we'll get a Solo Leveling collab. Of course, that won't be until probably quite a bit into the future, because I don't reckon they would do a collab maybe this year, maybe end of this year, possibly, maybe. They do also speak about they're working on popular updating characters, content, and are revealing collaborations with Webtoon Tower of God. Yeah, cool. As I mentioned in the previous developer notes, the collaboration update will be unveiled after several months of detailed discussion with the supervision and original work of the original work. So a long time will be required in advance preparation. In addition, we will receive feedback from the publishers and make adjustments until just before the update. So this is talking about the April collaboration here. They did say that this will happen before the first half of the year. They do say that they do want to actually get it done before the first half of the year, which is of course understandable because they want to make sure they don't have any like blank months sort of, and they don't want to really have to rush any updates. And they do state that they will have a large number of the development personnel on this collaboration. Of course, the reason is because it's a proper big collaboration, meaning it probably has 4 characters and at least 1 event boss. But something that makes me think it's probably one outside their comfort zone is we will receive feedback from the publishers, meaning that it's probably not like it's a big show, but it's one that's not probably regularly collaborated with. That's the reason why they have to get feedback from the publishers to get the A-OK to the fact that they're making whatever they're making is good and they approve of it, because of course that's what they have to do. Of course, I'm not too sure with shows like Overlord. Of course, the Albados game was super revealing, but you know, maybe the IP holders don't really care and just want to like say, you know, you do you, basically. Because I'm guessing some shows, some IPs have probably been like, you do you, we'll just give you the thumbs up at the end, as long as you don't do anything completely outrageous, which of course Netmarble hasn't really done apart from the Albedo outfit, but still then, made a lot of money, don't blame them. But the fact that we'll receive feedback from the publishers, I'm not sure that's a normal thing, but they've never stated that before in any of their developer notes. Of course, they make adjustments until just for the update. So what this means is they're probably going to be working on it quite tirelessly. It means we might get a sort of sloppy bit of, because a little bit of sloppy content. What that means is we'll probably get a few characters here and there that aren't the best, but of course they're saying, hey, this collaboration is going to be good and we want it to be good. And it says, in this way, although with a large number of persons in the collaboration, but over a long period of time, concerned about the fact that characters with different world views will join the world of Grand Cross, the new bosses and content will appear. We always have fun preparing collaborations because people have fun with them. That is probably it. I think it's for them. It depends on what collab it is. Overlord. Everyone was super hyped about Overlord. The voice actor for Gotha in the JP streams always hyped about Albedo. You know, you had the lead JP developer, which talks in the back of the JP stream sometimes, speaking about how he loves Overlord and how Overlord's one of his favorite shows. And of course, Overlord, it came out completely busted. So I do think that the love of the show from the development team sort of shows through into the game. And that's the reason why these really loved shows from the development team end up getting all this lots of love. And end up being quite good. I was not saying AOT wasn't loved, I just think AOT was developed and then just left in a box for a little while. Also, they speak about the new Demonic Beast. I was going to make a video on this. when it got leaked that there was a new Demonic Beast coming out at some point. It's in the file somewhere now. So what it means is that it's being like put together, right? And of course, with a new Demonic Beast, it means you have the problem of just balance, really. Balancing a Demonic Beast is kind of hard. You had Dogs, which was completely horrible. You had, who else did you have that was really bad? Nidhogg, the initial Nidhogg was like the worst Demonic Beast. And of course, they have their current problem of making extremely gimmicked Demonic Beast events. For example, the random, like, 3 Demonic Beast 3 difficulty event that they made, that literally nobody completed. Nobody in the world, the biggest whales who have everybody's 6/6 perfect gear, didn't even beat it because how much RNG was required. Think about this. People who spend the most amount of money on this game, thousands, were unable to beat it because it required so much RNG, which is an absurd thing to hear, but that's what happened. Basically, what this Demonic Beast is, it's just a giant squirrel, basically. So they said that it will come out the first half of the year. Yeah, we knew about that, but they actually did specify that it'd be March or April. I did read that. There you go, between March and April. So what this means is that maybe global anniversary, or because of course February is technically global anniversary, it will be the April update. Sorry, the March update, and then of course then the April update, the end of April, sorry, so basically the May update for global will be the collaboration. Of course, unless they decide to say, screw it, we're going to release the collab after JP anniversary, which of course could happen because technically it is still the first half. You know, you talk about the first 6 months is the first half of the year, so you know it could basically be in June. But what I'd say they'd probably do in June, probably not, unless of course we finish the actual Grand Cross story, and then of course it gets a little bit blurry then with how the schedule is going to work. About the acquisition of training materials. So let me summarize all of this if you can't be asked to read it, because guess what? I can't be asked to reread it again. The need for, basically they said that they got a lot of feedback about UR, the new melee, said hey, it's good that they've added new things, new True Awakening, people enjoyed that, the fact that there's a new thing to grind for, but people felt like that the materials were so hard to get for these True Awakening, for the URing, that they're going to try and make SSR pendants, LR coins, and SA coins. As you can see here, it says they're going to try and make them easier to obtain, because of course how necessary they are for certain things. Now yes, the making more legendary seals or LR coins more obtainable makes LRs less valuable to a degree, but it also means that we'll end up with more characters like Glocks that shouldn't really have gotten an LR, or if they should have sort of been made a little bit better. Glocks is a super underwhelming LR. Every other LR sort of had its own niche to it. This LR sort of had like a, well, he only works with fairies, and they're all super exclusive, and if you try him with any other race, good luck, because he's practically useless unless you're going to use him in like PvE, where it gives you 40% defense related stats. It's basically what it's like. But they also say that they can't implement them straight away because they need to add or / improve on old content, as you can see here. However, it's difficult to immediately expand the sources of acquisition by adding or improving content. Basically, what they said is that they need to improve or add new content to make this stuff more obtainable, because they don't really just want to just increase the current amount we get, which is, in my opinion, it should be they're trying to increase the amount we get now, so they have to add less content, and the new content can have more things to it, because we haven't even got the relic upgrading material yet. That was leaked, like, I think maybe even before Overlord, or maybe just after Overlord it was leaked, and it's still not come out. It's been like probably close to 5 months now. It's not come out yet, which is of course absurd, but we have of course new Ragnarok stuff coming out, so maybe it'll drop with that. Of course we don't know. I think initially it was meant to drop with the Demonic Beast event thing we had, which ended up being a complete flop, and they're like, yeah, we can't do that, so of course they haven't actually mentioned it recently, but maybe they scrapped it, you know, you never know, but I doubt they would scrap it, because the system looked like it was already in place. All they needed was a way to give out the materials. Of course, they could just make it through like your normal events sort of thing, like, oh, through this event boss, through this final boss, through Knighthood boss shop, you know, you could buy these things. But from what I see, they've heard our complaints. They're going to try and improve it, of course, over probably the first half of the year. They're also then going to add this new Demonic Beast, probably around end of March, start of April. is the golden time I see them doing it. Of course, unless they want to release it at the start of March, which I highly doubt it. I see us getting it towards the end of the month, so it means they can do a live stream on it, because that's what they always do. They always like to do live streams on their Demonic Beasts, so that is what I reckon we will get. Also, with the Tower of God and the whole collaboration thing, they talk about the feedback from the publishers. My guess is it's probably quite a big show, maybe one that doesn't collab much and requires a lot of sort of, I don't know, not supervision, but maybe one that's quite kept under quite a tight IP, and they want to sort of make sure that what they're releasing is something that they would be okay with. Because of course you don't really want, for example, AOT, right? The show, it's okay, alright? I finished the show, I read the manga like 2 years ago, basically finished the show 2 years ago. And they released these characters, it was going to be super hype, this collaboration was super hype, and then the characters end up being 2021 characters, and guess what? They made the characters in 2021, because that's what they stated. It's basically that they'd been working on this collab, they'd had the IP since 2021, and guess what? It didn't end up too well. And I think, that didn't do good, I guess, for the IP. Not that it probably affected them very much, but I guess this new collab they're working with, the publishers are quite tight on the show and how it looks, and all their kind of sort of other stuff. But Grand Cross, in my opinion, they'll smash it, because they know what they're doing. The animation in the game is very good. In my opinion, probably the best free-to-play game currently on the market. I'm going to say like closely followed by Nike. And then, of course, then you've got like, I'm putting Genshin at the very bottom. Genshin, Honkai Star Rail Honkai Star Rail could go quite high above Genshin, but Genshin's 100% at the bottom. Screw that game. P on it's horrible. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed, I'll see you next one. Goodbye.